Celeb like loses her shit because she already talking crazy up in here, y'all.
Okay, there she go. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's Wednesday. It's your favorite day. You have the Us Girls. We are here live and full effect.
Hello.
We're not going to take too much of your time. For all those who have joined in on Facebook and Instagram, please click the link in the bio to join the collaboration on YouTube. Once again, all those who are logging in via Facebook and Instagram, please click the link in the bio to join in on YouTube so that we can bring you hot topics for today. We're going to be brewing some tea. We have tea here, and we're not going to tell you what's in it. It's very tasty, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Which I informed her that it wasn't.
But nonetheless, the tea is the tea. And there's a lot of tea that has been spilt, a lot of things that has happened in the last 7 days. So we will be recapping. Okay, we got a lot of nonsense going on at basketball games and things like. We just got a whole bunch of everything always going on. But with that being said, we always got the positivity. So you want to start off with that first?
Sure. Okay. Why not? So like Eb Deceleb said, we start off with some positivity. And my positivity this week says it was something that was posted on Kyla Pratt's Instagram some time ago, like a long time ago. But it reminded me of a church sermon that somebody actually shared with me at all about the transformation and our need or desire or attempts to like transform ourselves and make ourselves into this whole little thing or whatever, just to conform into what the world has like said is socially acceptable or whatever the case may be, when the whole time we've actually already been transformed and we were put here, to be exactly who we were. So anyway, the quote is, the challenge is to be yourself in a world that is the challenge is to be yourself in a world that is trying to make you like everyone else. So that's the challenge. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing that I guess a lot of us are fighting against every day. Why can't I be more like this? Why can't I be this way? And, I've been getting a little bit more into my horoscope and stuff like that. And when I read like more in depth, and again, I have to keep like reading this over and over again. But the more I read it, the more I really, really realize that my God put me here to be exactly who I am. So everything about myself that I don't necessarily want to be, for whatever reason that I don't want to be it, like that's who I was designed to be. And that actually brings me comfort. So y'all do you know what I'm saying? Take that statement, do you, a little bit further. And remember that is part of the challenge, just to like be the best you that you can be, not to be the best GemDTwin or Eb Deceleb, because y'all ain't GemDTwin or Eb Deceleb. Be the best you. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. That's all I got. What about you?
Okay. Well, what I had, I'm sorry, I'm cold. Like I wore this big sweater. Ooh, I wore this big sweater to work today, and it was like a blanket. Okay. So what I have actually, Amarion posted this on his page, and I'm gonna do hashtag unbothered because that's kind of where he's been with the whole situation that's been going on with him and April and Lil Fizz and all these different things. So, but he posted something on his page a couple of days ago, and he's not really a social media guru. He really don't post a lot and stuff like that. But this actually stuck out to me. He said, believe in your infinite potential. Your only limitations are those you set upon yourself. Anger, resentment, and jealousy doesn't change the heart of others. It only changes yours. Never let self-doubt hold you captive. You are worthy of all that you dream of and hope for. Happy Sunday. Mm-hmm. So I'll read it one more time because I was kind of like reading it dyslexic or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to read it again. Like I ain't read it 20 million times. But it says, believe in your infinite potential. Your only limitations are those you set upon yourself. Anger, resentment, and jealousy doesn't change the heart of others. It only changes yours. Never let self-doubt hold you captive. You're worthy of all you dream of and hope for. Happy Sunday. In this case, happy Wednesday. But I just thought that was just so powerful. You know, don't let nothing hold you back. Don't let resentment and jealousy and hatred for somebody else hold you back, because they're not thinking about it. It's only going to hold you back at the end of the day. So just stay focused, stay focused, stay purposeful, stay meaningful, and stay focused on your dreams. So that's all I got for that. Okay. So we're going to keep this show moving, because obviously we got some good stuff to give y'all. I think for Brewing TEA, we do want to highlight what we're actually going to be attending this week. This weekend, which is the Purple Gala, which is we're honoring our little babies, boys and girls, in the fashion world. So yeah, do you want me to? What's going on here? I don't know what just. Oh, okay. No, when you said that, it made me excited. I was like, yeah, okay. Y'all know GemDTwin love the kids. I love them babies, but. Go ahead, sis. You got it. Okay, so December 14th, right? On Saturday, we will be at the All Purple Gala. It's going to be held at the Smithsonian Castle. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty excited about that as well, just because location. But it's going to be at the Smithsonian Castle. You guys, it's an event that is put on by DC Now Events, and they are now like really bringing a lot of things to the forefront, a lot of activities that are going on in DC, bringing them to the forefront so that everybody knows about them. They're putting people on and things like that. So we are really, really excited about being an invited guest. So it's going to be like a sea of purple there. Yeah. And it's actually honoring social media professionals. And real quick, just to give you just a little bit of background on what DC Now events are, is just because we are in the Brewing TEA segment of the show, the guy who actually started DC Now events actually was a former event planner. He planned a lot of events for colleges and things of that nature. And so what he wanted to do was kind of branch off on his own and bring awareness and bring really unique spaces and things like that to the forefront, and then also connect people with one another. But the way that he strategically does it is via social media. I actually saw him when I went to the shout out to the Washington Fusion. I saw him there at the Washington Fusion game. That's the DC co-head game for men and women. Do you know about that? Mm-hmm. The co-ed league, and it's called Washington Fusion. But DC Now Events, he is a young brother who is really trying to connect people together and bringing bringing people together to really unique spaces. But he's also looking for sponsorships. So if you want to sponsor DC Now events, please hit him up. So I'm going to talk about that. So yeah, if you guys want to sponsor him, he has a lot of sponsor packages that really, and it all goes for a good cause. Like I said, he's bringing unique stuff out there that people don't know about. So he's always looking for sponsors. So you can get there's media packages, there's sponsorships, there's all kinds of cool things that he's doing, along with putting on this gala to bring awareness to his brand amongst like 3 or 4 other brands. But he is really, really looking for sponsorships as well for the next thing that's to come with DC Now events. So. Okay. And there are lots of confirmed guests that are supposed to be there, along with SipsTea the Show. Some people that we know, some people that we don't, which is another reason why I'm super excited to go, because it will definitely be a lot of people who are in, the same field that we're in, a lot of people to network with. But there's also just everybody's invited. The tickets are on sale. So if you go to DC Now Events on Instagram, you can click the link and be taken to the link to actually purchase tickets to go to this event. They do have a draw since it's an all purple gala. There is formal wear for entry, but they updated the site to let everybody know that men and women are welcome, of course. All purple suits, blazers, purple accessories, black pants are acceptable for men, women, all purple, formal or cocktail dresses. So it's going to be a nice event. And again, one of the beneficiaries of the entire event, what they're doing to support or the group that they're raising money for and things like that is the babies. DC Fashion Week.
Kids DC Fashion Week. So shout out to them. I can't wait to see the kids going up and down the runway. Y'all know runway is really close to my heart and number one, and so are the kids. So it's a worthy cause. We really, really have to learn to start investing in not only each other, but into the next generation. And I think this is a perfect way to do that, as well as to have some people in the building that will be collaborating to bring some more great things to the area. So shout out to DC Now Events. Shout out to all the organizers and people that are helping put this on, and shout out to all of the invited guests. Can't wait to see you guys there. Hopefully catch some interviews, and then that way we can bring a little of that all purple gala energy to you guys on SipsTea the Show. So you guys definitely stay tuned, and we'll talk about this more on next Wednesday. We'll definitely have lots to say about that. So,
and the tickets are $50. So go ahead and get your tickets now. Early tickets there are no more early tickets. So everything now is just because it is obviously a couple days away. The tickets are $50.
Okay. All right. So that is the tea. That is the tea. That is the tea right here in the DMV. And we will keep on moving on to, did you have somebody else we should be brewing right now?
No.
Okay. Let us move on to tea time, which is the section of the show when we talk all of the tea, all of the things that are going on in the world around us, be it politics, hot topics, celebrity news, your mom and them, whatever's going on that is something that we should talk about. And in true spirit of SipsTea the Show, usually it's not just about that particular person or their particular things. It's about how that relates to everybody else. But I know Eb Deceleb has some things she definitely wanted to talk about as far as the tea going on out here. Self-respect. Did you label it self-respect?
I don't self-care.
Self-care. Okay.
But self-respect was probably better for this engagement, for these the event that happened. It probably was self-respect, because I mean we
just got to get into this.
But so I know everybody's been talking about, and I'm just giving my opinion on it. Once again, this is just my opinion.
News.
But I know everybody's been talking about the whole hashtag Lizzo thing, and everything that she's been kind of doing. I don't know if anybody follows Lizzo who's watching the show, but as of lately, she's really been posting some really interesting pictures. As far as really exposing herself, being very, very explicit, as far as having even going to have like nudities and things like that on her page and stuff like that. So she's been becoming very, very sexual. So maybe it goes to she's just really feeling comfortable in her skin. I really don't know what it's coming from, but where she's really been brought out is actually, as of lately, within this last week, she attended a basketball game. And the attire at this family function, she had on a t-shirt and she cut out the back of it. So her butt cheeks were showing. And then with her butt cheeks showing, she didn't have on panties. She didn't have on complete drawers. She had on a thong. So literally her butt cheeks were showing. Mm-hmm. It was a hole this big, maybe this big.
So the shirt was extra long?
No. The shirt was to her knees.
Okay.
And then the butt was cut out.
Just cheek portion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally. I
kept hearing about this story. Literally, like the way my life is set up, if it's not put in my face, I just didn't see it. So I heard about it like a lot of people, but I still haven't seen her butts. Like,
they're posted they're posted all over the internet. So, okay. But with that being said, so she so the outfit was WTF. The outfit was like, okay, bitch, you doing too much. But the thing was where she got on the, how the trolley com thingy, they like show you when you're at the game and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it showed her and she started twerking. And when she was twerking, once again, her butt is cut out. So she didn't have she had on a thong. So she started twerking and all her butt was out there to see, for the world to see, for the young boys and young girls, for the old men and old ladies, for the he's, she's, and it's and they's. Are you seeing?
Well, okay. So my first.
So let me finish.
Yes, please go. Go, sis.
So because you had to see so that's just that. That didn't show the whole thing. You need to show when she was walking with her butt cheeks. Then she was like real, and then she was being loud and ghetto with it. So it's like I just feel like my personal opinion, sis, you doing too much. It's like not that serious. If you got to do all that just to get recognition, what is really going on? I feel like there's something inside of you that's missing. So that's why you got to project all of this, because when you secure yourself, you ain't got to do all that. Like, look, I got a little bit of weight on me, but you're not going to see me out here in these clubs. Not going to see me out anywhere, basically. I'm just not the type of person. But you damn sure ain't going to see me at no Wizards game with my ass hanging out. And you damn sure ain't going to see me at the Wizards game with my ass hanging out. And then I'm twerking for the whole world to see with my ass hanging out. You got to have some type of self-respect. Like all conversations or all publicity ain't always good publicity. Like you shouldn't have to sell yourself out in order to try to be somebody. And that's what I feel like she's doing. Like, sis, we already know you can sing. You already made it. You already good. Why do the extra stuff? And then what I don't like is when you try to say, is it because I'm a big girl? If you don't like my body, then fuck off. That's what she said on her social media. Please follow her social media, because she went in on her social media after this. Mm-hmm. She said, if y'all don't like my body, then fuck off. You ain't got to look at it. You can kiss my ass. You saw it on the tram and all this other stuff. It's not about not liking your body. It's about when too much is too much and enough is enough. Because at the end of the day, I'm a big one. And I love my body, but I don't need to prove to you that I love my body by walking around naked.
Okay, so several questions. Is it time for questions?
Question number 1. 3 questions. Go ahead. Ask your questions.
Okay, so number 1, what? Okay, so I'm the outfit. Okay, so when you were describing the outfit, you know, just like with a shirt, it's a shirt. It's a long shirt. You know, it looked like, okay, that was the outfit from the front. And so when she did turn around, the entire little, you know,
butt was out.
Yeah,
but it's like almost as she took scissors and just like this.
But I was literally trying to see if this was something that she, you know, if this was something that was made like that, or if this is something that she made.
I think she made.
If this, it could have been the way that it was cut out. It could have been like lingerie or something, because it also looks like she had on like maybe some fishnets with the thong or whatever the case may be, because definitely the whole little thing is out. I mean, here's the problem though. When I'm performing on stage,
that's one thing.
Okay, so when I'm performing on stage, everyone is saluting me,
and you're performing on stage. There's an of age crowd. Well, actually,
no, they're not
crowd, so there could be a
no. When we have these award shows and things like that,
no. They did check the ID. No.
No.
I just went to they asked me for my ID.
No, I'm talking about things that they show. This, okay. So this particular, I remember this particular award show. I'm trying to think what it was. Was it like the BET?
But I don't know. I know when I just went to the ones at the harbor, they checked for my ID, but maybe to compare my ticket. I don't know. Maybe they did it to compare to see if my name was who I was. I don't know.
So my thing is, number 1, artists in general. People don't blink when they are half naked on stage. It's part of the thing. It's an outfit. The same way when we send little girls and they go do like dance moms. Y'all know I used to love me some dance moms, right? But the girls, they go put on little outfits, and it's a leotard, right? Mm-hmm. With stockings on. Then you become an adult and you have all of these adult pieces, and now you have a leotard with stockings on. It definitely sends a different message. It's very sexual, because why? Your body is now away.
Developed.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So the first time I saw Lizzo perform in the first place, she was in a bodysuit. Mm-hmm. She was in what I would consider normally to be lingerie. If she took that suit and went to this game, it would still be lingerie. It was still so maybe the whole thing is there's a time and place for everything.
I think that's what everybody was saying. It's more so there's a time and place for everything.
But I feel like we gotta. I mean, like seriously, like stop letting like
my thing. I know. I think we're about to say the same. And I posted this on the Shade Room. The whole situation is not okay. When did it become okay? Why is all this shit so sociably acceptable? What happened to the mystery?
Right.
What happened to
and when are we saying that we crossed the line?
Yeah.
Did I cross the line when I wore it? Did I cross the line when I started twerking in it?
Like what part? Well, no, I think the whole thing. If they were talking about the whole thing,
okay, because you know,
basketball players, everybody was talking about it.
Because Okay.
You had a family game.
Now, if you had a family game, yes, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Not to say, but hello, let's be clear. Let's be clear, because when them dancers come out there, let's be clear. When the halftime show is coming down, if you don't want your baby to see this, don't pretend like you don't want your baby to see that. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's like we are actually dictating what is acceptable, and we really don't have that many guidelines.
We don't have.
We just say, they're all together, they're a dance troupe, so that's okay. That's okay
at that point. We have to get back to the basics where we left things for mystery, like.
There's no mystery.
There's no mystery. I can't think about what you might look like with your clothes off, because I can go on your page and see you with your clothes on.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with your size. And you could be, and everybody was comparing, because when she did that, it just so happens Beyonce did her Vogue or whatever type of photo shoot, and she had on her leotard with her hair braided like this, and her butt cheeks were showing.
Okay, right.
Honestly, that's not okay, because at the end of the day, Beyonce, you got girls.
Yeah.
And how would you feel if you saw Blue Ivy up there dressed like that?
But see, they're gonna, and that's what I'm saying. We have blurred the lines. Like certain things for artists are acceptable.
Yeah.
And that's what we look like. It's a costume. If it's a costume, it's okay. If it's a uniform, it's okay. But if it's you just walking because you feel like going to the Lakers game and that your shirt, your favorite shirt is the one with the butt out, that's not okay.
That's not okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, first of all, I mean,
we gotta have a clearer message.
We gotta have a clear message, or just like Lizzo said, she don't give a fuck. Like that's what she wanted to do that day. I'm not sure why, but it's not even for me technically. I mean, I just watched it. I know it's ill placed and everything, but it brought a smile to my face. So I'm just not. I mean, if that's what Lizzo is about to do, I think it's a little cray cray. But I will say, I mean, I like to see a thick chick dropping it and doing their own thing.
I mean, that's all well and good, but I think once again, that when you decide to, and it's what it, and I go,
and then also, why y'all got her on the damn Jumbotron?
You see, sis, look.
I'm sorry, sis. Go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry, everyone.
But no, the only thing I was gonna say is what we had talked about a couple weeks ago, where when does it become like when can we go? Well, I just forgot my thought, and it was actually good, but it's gonna come back to me.
Let me just go back to what I was ranting about, because that probably triggered you. But I was saying about the Jumbotron, like, why did we decide to continue to?
Oh, they immediately. If you got to watch. That's why I said you got to watch the whole thing.
Did they?
They went back to the dancers.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't anticipate that.
Okay, so they saw her, and it was like, okay, then
yeah, because you know how you in the famous crowd,
and then she decides
you famous in the crowd, and then now you about to. See, that's what happened. Okay. At least that's what I think happened, because they always doing that, especially at those games like Lakers and stuff. Because there always be famous people there, and you want to catch them on the can. But usually you just sitting there being cute. She said, "No, I'm gonna use this for my moment," and she took her moment. But no, I figured I was gonna say what I was gonna say was we have to go back to like it. We had said this a couple weeks ago. When you decide to take a certain profession, you then have to be in control of what you do. Yeah. Like you're in the public eye. Yeah. And I think that's the other part that we miss. You're in the public eye. Your audience looks up to you. Your audience is that of your teenage girls. My damn niece who's 9 years knows her song.
Yeah, you were like, hell no.
Like, you have people who are you're put in a position to promote positivity. Because that is the line of work that you chose to get into. You chose to get into being a therapist or counselor. You have to, if your clients see you outside, you still have to carry yourself a certain way, because they look up to you.
I mean, like, after 5, my nigga, it's like, no.
But you get what I'm saying. Like, you have to carry a certain.
I can't be on. You can't put me on. What's the thing?
What?
I'm not trying to end up on.
What?
With a world star.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't technically.
Because then what does it look like you being a world star? And then you telling
I shouldn't.
You shouldn't be doing this. And then they said, well, Miss Scott.
Yeah, Miss Scott was on. She was on World Star. Like,
exactly. Do you see? So you
she told me not to fight last week, but she was
on World Star. Like, she told me I'm putting my kids taken away if I start fighting, but then she's on World Star. You see what I'm saying?
Grown now.
But you see what I'm saying? It's like when you carry a certain profession, you have to then carry yourself in such a manner where it's acceptable. You chose that profession. You chose to be in the limelight. With that, you just can't do anything and be anything. Because you're gonna lose fans. You're gonna take money out of your pocket. Because a lot of people started looking at her like, okay, we get it. You're a big girl. We get it. We get it. It's not what it used to be. Everybody's not on skinny, light-skinned bitches anymore like they used to be. Everybody is okay with big girls. So we don't need you to do all that to prove that I'm a big girl and I'm confident. Because people are liking big girls nowadays. It's not what it used to be. So don't do too much if you don't have to do too much. I mean, in 2019 going into 2020, and the way that this world is rocking, you don't have to do too much.
Okay, so you think that because she's a public figure, it does give people the right to be judgmental about her behavior.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We judge Donald Trump about his behavior, and he's a public figure.
No, because he's the damn president. That's just a tragedy. Okay, so now we have to talk about branding, though. Now it's
like branding.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
Magazine. I wonder what Vogue. See, when you start entering into those different type of arenas, you had
this type of arena as opposed to this arena.
Exactly. You're branding yourself. You had a whole Vogue photo shoot.
But did they pull out?
No, I don't think so, because she's
already done it. So here's the thing. So then when they start to celebrate because you are open with your body, and then you do something that you feel like that's what you want to do and be open with your body, then it's like I'm sorry, but we're always calling for our own judgment. And maybe that was not the best judgment call, but it does also make me think about branding and things like that. The first time I saw Lizzo, again, she was in scantily clad. And for a thick chick, for a full-figured woman, all body, all juice, and all of it, that was empowering. I gotta say, like, I have to say that, because it is empowering to see a thick, voluptuous, full-figured woman, you know, and let's be clear, she moves all of that meat, baby. Okay. She moves all the meat. So I can't, you know, but to see you go out there and perform and be comfortable in your own skin, I think that does send a great message for other people, because and it's completely it's the opposite side of what society has been telling us for years. You know what I mean? That it's not okay. You know what I mean? It's not okay. As a matter of fact, some years back, you know, we had to go in on the models starving themselves and throwing up and all of this other stuff just to be even skinnier than what they would have needed to be to be like a normal person on the street. So we have come a long way in that respect. And then it also brings me to branding, because besides that performance, the first place I saw her, the album cover, naked. Butter ass naked. So this to me is not
but it was tasteful. It was very tasteful.
I mean, how do we say? And that's funny, because my complete and total body, even though you see everything that there is to see, except, you know, actual areolas and stuff, which is usually that's one of our things with taste. If we don't see an areola, everything is all good. If we don't see certain things, everything is all good. Like, maybe even, to be honest, if she had on actual underwear, still saw some skin, but actual underwear and not a thong, we might not even be having this conversation, because of how society is. It's like you can go, it's like the line between going too damn far and just going far enough is very, very thin. And if this is her brand, obviously, before you even thought that they were going to catch you on TV, she came out. Like, that wasn't something that you just walked your ass up into the arena and nobody saw it. You was like that whole time. You know what I'm saying? And this is what she does. Like, part of her brand is super body positive. It's I'm showing all of it.
But it could
I'm not saying, I'm just playing devil's advocate, because this is probably part of her, who she is and what she's saying about the whole damn thing. Would it be me? Oh no, sir. But
I think too, she has an opportunity, because already, like, when you're bigger and a lot of other women,
She ain't necessarily have to do that.
She had to do that. But I think too is like when you're already a big woman, you already have a stereotype. You already are put in a box like, oh, they like to say big women might be a little bit more desperate because they're big or this or that or this or that. You're feeding into that when you.
Or
when you
is she like
that.
Fuck the fact that you think that there is a stigma, because it's not even just the stigma that you're fighting, that people think this or people think that. It's the fact that, oh, now I can't do this because people say this about big girls. People say that big girls think that they, that you just say that there's a stigma that they are desperate.
That's what people say, because I ain't no desperate.
Well, whoever the people are, maybe this is actually her. And sometimes when you try to combat things, you do have to go the fuck hard. So I don't know. I'm not sure if you're trying. Hard. Maybe I don't know. Like, I'm not Lizzo. Ebony on YouTube says she's always done too much for her. Her supposed body positivity is coming off as desperate and thirst. And what she did was trashy. But let me ask you this. We don't call very many other people trashy.
Oh, and that we do though.
And that's when it becomes, so why is it acceptable for other people to be thirst trapped? And then she said, hopes have some self-respect. There's a time and place for everything. I do agree that there is a time and place for everything. I mean, period.
Big, small, white, black, tall, short, skinny, fat. It doesn't matter. You still have to carry if you're doing shit like that, you're a slut. Guess what? You identify as a slut. There's some people out here who identify. Amber Rose, slut walk. She identifies as a slut. She says, "I'm a slut."
But you see what her thing is. Wait. We gotta backtrack on the Amber Rose thing though. The slut thing, because the reason that Amber Rose identifies,
everybody was calling her a slut,
and the reason why she identifies as a slut, that was not why she was identifying as a slut.
Why was she?
She was identifying as a slut to take the power out of the word. Because so often women who do whatever they want with their bodies the same way our male counterparts do, we are often called sluts out of our name. When I go and I approach this person and I'm thinking I'm going to have a whole relationship with you and you play with me and we already had sex, okay, so I decided to go and deal with this guy because he done talk the same shit to me too. And then I slept with this person. There's so often that a lot of women have been abused, misused. A lot of the people that were in the Me Too movement, because you were used and abused, you were also called a slut. And that is the reason why I'm not here for all of the shits, don't get me wrong, but I just want to be clear when we talk about the slut walk in and of itself, that slut walk was not about being, just being a fucking slut and just, I sleep around, I do this, that, and the other. It was more so being in control of your own body and controlling the narrative.
And I can dig that, and I can definitely dig the narrative of that. But however, if that was the narrative of trying to take the derogatory meaning out of the word slut, then why in the slut walk was everybody walking half naked? Like, what was that about?
Because of the fact that
it's okay to be naked.
It's okay to be naked and not be for someone to try to attack you. That was about having forceful sex and stuff like that. That literally, I wasn't at the slut walk, but I'm trying to tell you what the narrative of the slut walk and stuff like that was. It was like, so often we have gone to clubs and things like that, and people say, or something has happened to a woman, she was raped, she was touched, she was this, that, and the other, and the thing was she shouldn't have been wearing whatever she was wearing. And the idea behind that whole thing was, it doesn't matter what I'm wearing, you're not to violate me. Mm-hmm. Because technically, if you think about it too, the bathing suits that we wear on the beach are much more revealing than the things that I wear to the club. But yes, if you go to a club, you could get people are filling you up and they're doing all kinds of things to you because they want to and they think that that's appropriate. And when she was talking about the slut walk and people wearing what the hell that they want to wear, it was to fight against actual people who have been sexually abused. I see. That was, I have to bring it back to the message because I've talked to people about that.
But I think for me, she probably wasn't the best person to be trying to perform the slut walk being that she is actually a
but who's gonna be doing the slut walk? You know what I'm saying? Like, but yes.
Let Michelle Obama do the slut walk next time.
And see, Michelle Obama can't do the slut walk.
Yeah, she
because they be like, girl, you ain't do nothing but Obama out here.
Like, yeah, let her be the slut walk because she wasn't.
But let's be clear though. You know, just because some people have publicly done some things, sometimes I feel sorry for people who have been in the public eye, because I promise you, I would never want everybody in the entire world knowing everybody who I tried to, deal with. Either just because
collaboration on here on Instagram.
I wish you guys, if you guys are on our Instagram or SipsTea the Show on Instagram, or if you're on Facebook, just click the link in the bio wherever you are and join us on YouTube so we can see your comments and things like that.
And we actually have a good collaboration over here on Instagram. So we have something. We have Amber on here saying Lizzo makes Lizzo's been naked. She just is not famous, so a lot of people are just now seeing her show off.
Okay.
So basically what she's saying is this
is who she is.
But I think that now that she is but at the end of the day,
and then here we go back to the quote. What did the quote say this morning? That we were just talking about, like you trying to conform and what other people are saying is okay, is maybe that's
but when you take a certain profession and when you take a certain stance and you have a certain following, no, do you have to?
With this person on YouTube just said that that's who she is. So now she has a certain following. Her people expect her to be a certain way.
She said no slut shaming, body freedom. Our bodies are overly sexualized. And that's true too.
You know what? Whoever you are, authentically natural, I wish you would join us over here on YouTube because you have some really valid points. And this is just a discussion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for it or against it because it ain't none of my damn business. Except for the fact that
it is a time and a place. Like at the end of the day,
I could go along with the time and the place argument.
Be sexual, do who you are. But sometimes I don't want us to feel as women because we are certain we have to overly do too much. We don't always have to do too much. Like there's times that I want to, I'm actually a very conservative person. However, if I ever want to be risque, when
you want to be risque
or whatever, I still do it tastefully. And
so says you though.
So says me.
Okay,
so says
because
me.
there could probably be some people.
Like,
I know. This girl right here, this one, the one that is before you right now, I've had plenty of conversation with people about cleavage. I personally like cleavage. I like my cleavage and I choose to have my cleavage out a lot of the time. And
she like her titties.
I like them and I appreciate them and I like to look at them. And when I look at them, and it's not about anybody else, it's when I look at them, I feel a certain way.
So you think that Lizzo felt?
I don't know what she felt. I'm just trying to say that sometimes the things that are acceptable, the same way you just said that you have these ways that you want to, that you're very conservative but want to be a little risque. You do so tastefully. I'm just saying that someone else could look at you and say that's not tasteful either.
And you're absolutely right. And you're absolutely right. I just think, like, for me, there's a time. For me, it's just a time and a place. Now, there is that. And here's the thing: I might go to the club, and I might be a little bit more risque than if I go to a brunch.
Right.
And that's still what I'm saying.
And then we got to say that that's still a maybe because people are not dressing for occasions anymore. Have you noticed that? People are not like, okay, this is my brunch dress. No, that joint be full cocktail club.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of the times are changing. Like, I will go places and be like, oh, so.
Am I underdressed?
I didn't know. Right. Am I underdressed? Am I overdressed?
I thought coming to have
I thought this was the Christian brunch, like, for the pastor and them, but the dress is just like your club dress with pearls wrapped around it.
Yeah. And
I still see all your shit. Like, it's like the bodycon, fuck us all up. But it's the bodycon with like certain things attached to it. But baby girl, it's still the body count. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's still not, you know, I went to Catholic school, you know, they be talking about that, you know, just 1 inch above the knee type shit. Okay. Nah, that skirt.
I've been going to church lately and I feel like I'll tell y'all this.
Say that him.
I've been attending I've missed the last 3 services, but I've been attending church, and I ain't gonna lie to you, the women being dressed for the God.
For the God. Not Jesus. But the God.
You know.
I mean, some shoes are even porn to me sometimes. Oh, wow. I'm serious because some of these shoes, man. Oh, wow. I am. I like shoes and I like heels. Oh, wow. And so some shoes I saw, you know, walking out the church, I'd be like, I don't even see your outfit. I'd be like, boom. You know what I'm saying? You trying to catch them? Is it a peep toe? Girl, you got a peep toe and a stiletto. You walking up and down them steps for the Lord. But, you know, again, it is come as you are. So we got a little bit of collaboration over here. Amber says on YouTube that Slut Walk was about body positivity, expressing yourself.
They should have had Michelle Obama do it then, not... You can't have a slut do a slut walk.
Is Michelle Obama down for the cause? That's about her. But she said, expressing yourself sexually without negativity, no slut shaming. If you're at the club dressed sexy, you shouldn't be called out of your name or victim of violence.
I agree with that.
And that was what the Slut Walk movement was about. You know,
I do agree with that though. I do agree with that. Like, because you could, like, I could just, you know, like I said, I could want to put on me a sexy dress or do whatever. I don't need to be like, oh, look at that slut, that hoe, whatever the case may be, time and place, you know.
Right.
But at the same token, what I'm talking about is at the end of the day, you know, I'm gonna have to say touche to the world, because at the end, you guys have kind of made some great points, even for me. I still think there is a time and a place. However, shit, if you want to go to the Lakers game and you might catch you something, if Trey Songz is there, somebody famous, and you trying to,
you know, the people. Come on now. I'm sorry, but they're not showing us everybody in them stands, and I know it's some body comments in them bleachers.
And it is. So you know what? I'm gonna have to even backtrack myself on that one, because if that's how you want to dress, to do whatever it is you want, I still think there's a time and a place.
I think that's an upbringing thing, though. Yeah, too, because I do, and I will admit that I walk the line a lot of times. I try to walk the line. You know, I do. I'm an envelope pusher. I'm a Gemini. I can't help myself, but I was brought up that there is a time and a place. Like, you know, even when your titties out, sometimes it just has to be tastefully done. Yeah. In order to, not saying that everybody's going to like it, but in order to be above reproach. Because if I could still have a valid argument about that, like, well, I need you to tell me like exactly what's wrong with it, because you know, I'm not saying there, you know, there's nothing poking out, you know, you got a good scarf going on or something like that, but this is the day and age that we live in, and sometimes
I think too, we don't have a standard anymore.
And then, you know what, there's so many messages that people are trying to send, like body positivity, like the slut walk and things like that are trying to like bring some kind of light. Not saying that that's what Lizzo did, but there are movements where people are trying to bring light to age-old issues. And in order for them, she always got her ass out there.
Look, like this.
In order for them to be extreme, in order for them to like, you know, be notoriety. Like, to gain notoriety or whatever, it has to be extreme.
This is just for me, and this is a personal thing.
That's
is just
too
much for Instagram.
But guess what? It's always too much for Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It's not just Lizzo's booty out there.
I mean, it's just like, you know. But then the next picture you post, you're at Disney World.
But why she can't be that person? Her naked ass like Disney World too.
I mean, let her be who she is. Shit, child. You want to be out here, be naked. You want to be out here, have clothes on. You want to be out here, do you want to be out here, have your butt cheeks
maybe she's
out.
A nudist as well. I can't.
She might be a nudist. She might be a nudist.
And I mean, part of me definitely does applaud her, because I do think also the world needs to see and have normalized a little bit more.
There's levels to sexy though. Like, this is sexy. Lil' Kim looks sexy.
No, I'm just saying sexy. Your body, the bodies in general. Like, we used to only be able to see naked body sculptures.
Mm-hmm.
And even those at the time, it was a sculpture, but then that was like a huge thing at the time. Like, oh my gosh, this is lewd, this is, whatever. But right now, when we see naked bodies, not 9 times out of 10, we're seeing naked bodies that are, what the world would consider perfect, or, they don't have. We're not about to see no cellulite. They're going to be, perfectly shaped and formed and all hard and all this other stuff. You are capturing a moment in time, and we don't very often see just nudity.
Yeah.
On a larger woman. Yeah. Period, point blank and flat out. You know what I'm saying? But
I think in 2019, 2020, more people, I can't say that because there's been a lot more people who have come. Matter of fact, fuck that. I'm sorry. So what's her name? Who was that model? Takara.
Yeah.
Takara, right? She was a plus size model, right?
Yeah.
She was tasteful.
But guess what? She also went on America's Next Top Model, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why she couldn't pass through to the next level was because they dressed her. You got a whole bunch of straight size models who were dressed and they looked good and they looked sexy in the things that they were wearing. And at the time, there were not very many just sexy things for full figure models to wear. Mm-hmm. So when they put her outfit on her, it diminished her confidence. And all of a sudden, she wasn't who she was. Because it's like, you got on this sexy dress and I got on overalls. That wasn't the actual outfit, but that's how she felt about it. And it immediately diminished her confidence to the point where that was the end. That particular outfit, that particular scene was the end of her time on America's Next Top Model. I will say she was one of the pioneers. She was not pioneers, but she was one of the ones that in the whole full figured model, and that there could be something different on a national scale because people were really, really into America's Next Top Model. But it was like, okay, yeah, so someone a little bit more average woman size. That was great to see, but you still didn't see, it was nothing like what we're seeing now when we're talking about a body positive movement. When we're seeing women who are thicker, who are actually the average size of American women.
What about Adele?
Actually sharing.
What about Adele?
What about her?
She was plus size. She's a big girl.
Yes.
She's not doing all that.
No, she's not. But my point is that when we can see, I think it's just important that we see everybody in all of these different lights. Adele, beautiful woman, a thick plus size woman, who she is, yes. But we ain't seen Adele twerk. It's still like, I feel like Lizzo jumps out the box.
Who she is.
I feel like this is out the box, and it says to other. I'm saying that I don't agree, and I know if I had me a little teenager or something like that, I'd probably be like, yeah, we don't want you looking at her necessarily.
Yes, you do, sis. But you still. So Amber on here says she loves her some skin tight clothes, and I don't even think it's nothing to do with the skin tight clothes. It's just a time and a place. Like it goes back to the time and a place, because and this is Amber on here. She tastefully wears her skin tight clothes. Like, it don't look like, ugh, what she got on. It's like, oh, okay, she looks nice. Like, oh, she got on some leggings. She looks nice in what she's wearing. But then you have people like I said, in that respect, I don't know if I would have done that. But once again, what does it say? Oh, Amber Rose said because Adele is a square.
And see, there's another thing as well, because
come sit down.
That's one of those things that's kind of a
the representation.
And that's when you just brought up Adele. I think that was kind of the whole thing. You know what I mean? Some people who are full figured and who are a little bit more racy would feel like, oh, Adele is
a square.
She's not going like, oh, I'm sexy Adele. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm Adele.
She said, somebody on Instagram said, guaranteed deep down inside,
she regrets what she did.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Maybe not. Because Eb Deceleb just showed me.
I don't think she regrets
Eb Deceleb just showed me a whole lot of Lizzo's Instagram page, and a whole lot of it was all about her and her naked ass.
Literally. So, I don't think she feel bad.
And I actually, part of me hopes that she doesn't feel bad.
Yeah, I don't think she.
No, I mean, I would rather you not do that, because what if it was a little boy sitting there and his face was like right in the middle of your cheeks? Okay, so I kind of wish you would have maybe worn that to the club.
Oh yeah. But if she's confident in where, I wish they would have never put her ass on the can.
Jumbo,
Maybe that.
Yeah.
Maybe. But then I think too, like, you just got to be into that type of shit. Like me personally, I'm just not into that type of shit. Okay. I like her music, but as far as like listen to her, she's to me, I love her music. Let me go back to that. I love her music and I love what she stands for, but she just, like Cardi B, annoys the fuck out of me.
Okay, that's fair. Let me ask you something though. So if she wore it and didn't twerk, how would you feel?
I would feel the same way.
If
a skinny bitch wore it, Cardi B wore it, Beyonce wore it, anybody wore it, I just wouldn't.
Oh,
they
really?
were playing her song.
That's just asking for it.
Okay, so then
my song, so you got me fucked up.
So she got excited,
and she did a good twerk too. I ain't lying.
No, she
dropped it low.
No, she
dropped it all the way.
Lizzo is, and I still think Lizzo is sexy, but she just annoys the fuck out of me because I just feel like she does. I don't like all that cursing and all that shit. I don't like all that shit. The same reason I don't like Cardi B.
It's so funny because you don't like it, but you be cursing up a storm.
No, you have to watch the video and see all the shit she was doing. Oh, bitch, you know you could have went with Trey Songz, bitch. Fuck that shit. I don't I don't like that. I don't like that's just me though. I just think it's annoying. The same way that's why I think I like Cardi B's music. I just think she's annoying as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I love Lil' Kim, and I don't think she's annoying as fuck. I want our female rappers to be more like Lil' Kim and still be themselves. But me, like, you don't see Lil' Kim going off like that. You just, I like her. I love her rapping.
She's Queen B. She's not about to be doing all of that.
I don't like all that extra shit.
She got the Maya Angelou part going on. She's a pretty woman, wonder where my secret lies.
Oh my. Okay. Oh, but you want to leave something for people. What did she say? What she say?
She said she doesn't like loud and cursing.
Who?
I guess you.
No, I don't. I don't like all that shit.
I mean, it's funny because it's like
I don't, Amber.
Some people like low key stuff. You know, you might be loud and cursing in this setting, but when you get into another setting, you would never catch me.
Because I think for me, it's because they already look at us a certain way. Don't give them nothing to talk about.
And see, that's another reason why people be fighting against it, because they like, you know what, I'm not about to conform and do all this other stuff to myself and be somebody that I'm not when I'm just being myself just because somebody else is already talking about me in the first fucking place. But, you know, there is something to be said about it. You know what I'm saying? Judgment is judgment. It is what it is. So y'all do what y'all will with it. And I'll tell you this, Lizzo, you done got 40 minutes out of SipsTea.
I bet you did, bitch. Look,
bitch.
Bitch, you see this bitch got all this time. It's like, when we go to the game, though, I want you to wear your butt cheeks out.
Really?